yesterday, I wanted to share this because the pandering this guy does is absolutely outrageous. Before we get too far away from Joe Biden, here's something he was talking about. He's on I don't know if he's talking to Native Americans. And
oh no.
I mean,
I don't know this.
Just crazy pandering.
No. Okay.
Check out what he had to say about the Indians.
You use that funding to address other critical needs as well, such as housing, food assistance, support for tribal economies, and for schools and language.
Yeah.
In fact, last year,
we had a little problem.
Jill and my wife traveled with Deb to the Cherokee Immersion School in Oklahoma.
Immersion School.
The Cherokee Nation used part of this funding to start building.
Why does it keep happening?
Why
does that keep
it's
happening?
Buffering. By the way, I got a new theory.
Yeah.
Especially on this corner of the room.
Second school.
Maybe yours.
And revitalize the
Wi-Fi
use
issue.
of the
Wi-Fi
Oh,
issues?
big time. Yeah, it's definitely here. And so in the morning,
That's
I have
bizarre.
to move over here and put my laptop closer to the door to get Wi-Fi.
What?
Yeah. So I think you're having a Wi-Fi buffering issue like I do in here.
All right. Let me see if I can get this to not buffer.
Real quick, while you're doing that, let me just say the House did pass that to override the strike potential. So now it heads to the Senate. We'll see what happens.
Right. Okay.
To the Cherokee Immersion School in Oklahoma.
Okay. The immersion
Cherokee
school.
Nation used
I'm sorry. What
schools
was
and
that? It's the Cherokee Immersion School.
Immersion School.
All right.
language. In fact, last year, Jill and my wife traveled with Deb to the Cherokee Immersion School in Oklahoma.
Immersion School.
The Cherokee Nation used part of this funding to start building a second school and revitalize the use of the Cherokee language. By the way, she spent a lot of time on other reservations, other nations as well. I'm worried she's not going to come home one of these days when she goes. You think I'm joking? I'm telling you. I hear more about the Navajos than I hear about me.
Wow, sure? Yeah, I'm sure that's true.
You all think I'm kidding, don't you? Anyway.
No, I think you're pandering. That's what I think you're doing, like you always do. In fact, I know you are. First of all, you're telling Native Americans that you're worried your wife won't come home one of these days from a reservation. Implying what?
I don't know.
That the Indians are holding her captive?
Oh, no.
That she's fallen for one of them and leaving you? Is it, I mean,
You think I'm joking?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not joking. I'm very serious. But also, how much pandering can one person do?
Oh,
how much pandering?
He gets away with it, too.
In Idaho, he was a lumberjack, right? He wanted to or did work for Boise Cascade or whatever his story was about lumberjacking. Then he was a trucker. When he was with disaster victims, his house had burned to the ground because he had to experience a disaster as well. So his house burned to the ground with Jill in it. To Puerto Ricans, he claimed he was raised in a Puerto Rican neighborhood. Right. To blacks, he grew up in a black church. I mean, talking to football players, he was a star running back. To Jewish leaders and rabbis, he claimed to have spent more time in synagogues than they did. To rail workers, there's the lie about train guy Ange, who'd been dead for years and traveling 2 million miles on Amtrak. By the way, he also traveled 17,500 miles with Chinese leader Xi Jinping.
That's right.
Nobody can seem to track any of that, but he did it. There's the lies about being arrested during human rights marches. Here and in South Africa, not to mention all of his lies about Bo dying in Iraq, and the lies he told about flying to Afghanistan to pin a Silver Star medal on a soldier, when in fact it was the Medal of Honor. Oh, and it didn't happen in Afghanistan. Oh, and it happened at the White House. And it wasn't him, it was Barack Obama.
Oh, my
So, yeah, this guy knows how to pander. I mean, more than anybody ever, quite possibly. And if you go clear back into 1987, remember all the lies about his schooling. He had won 3 degrees, which he did not. He was at the top of his class, which he was not.
Plagiarized speeches.
Told people he was smarter than they are.
Oh, he even lied about the guy who got in the auto accident with his wife.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, he had a liquid lunch.
Right.
No, sir, he did not.
No, he didn't. My gosh.
Guy is a serial liar.
And the New York Times even did a story on it, and they found it folksy. That's all. And it didn't compare to the big fat lies that Donald Trump told. So if we're going to compare, I mean, we should really just talk about Trump's lies. When Biden has lied much more frequently about a lot of different things.
And so he has set the example. It should be no shock when we play clips from this administration where they're doing the same thing. Because they've seen their boss has gotten away with it for a career of a half a century in Washington, D.C. That's how you do it here.
Yeah. Well, he admitted at one point that he exaggerates when he's angry. And we've definitely seen that. Not only just exaggerates, he lies through his communist teeth when he's angry. And when he's not angry, as a matter of fact. So, I mean, what a despicable piece of garbage he is. Ugh. I can't take it.
I know, man.
I can't take it. And as time goes on, it gets harder and harder to deal with all this.
It sure does.
And we still have 2 years left, so
plus
we're going to have to try to pace ourselves a little bit with the disgust for this guy. Well, yeah, you're right. Plus.
I'm sorry.
Plus, what, about almost 2 months? 2 years and 2 months.
I hated that the morning after the election when Barack Obama got reelected. I remember walking out there to the set, and you and Stu and Glenn were out there getting ready for the show. I was like, well, we're less than halfway through this. And every one of you was like, get out. Shut up.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep, maybe a little too soon.
Yeah.
Maybe it was too soon.